I'm open.
Yeah,
I'm open.
I'm open. Where's Andrew? He said he was open.
No, he actually didn't. He said time for a frisbee podcast? Question mark.
Oh, Sam, how was Hawaii?
Oh, it was awesome. um, oh yeah. For the listeners who don't know why we haven't made an episode in like 2 weeks, it's because I was in Hawaii. Um, but yeah, it was awesome. Spent a lot of time with my family. Uh, Hayden's still living out there, and then my grandparents live out there. Uh, yeah, went snorkeling.
I'm
Nice.
open.
You open?
I'm open.
Welcome.
He's
Welcome.
He's
open.
open.
I
Open.
can confirm my work computer, the number one T search on it is the AUDL.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
I think on my work computer it would be two because when I'm at work, people in my company don't listen to this, but I do.
Oh, well, don't you guys like I have two separate like browsers.
Yeah, but
So
I'm lazy and I just stay on this.
nice. Um it's good to see you guys again. I feel like it's been a minute since we've been doing this.
I know.
A lot of frisbees happened. I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
Mhm.
Do we want to do like AUDL brain first and then do other frisbee brain next? Or like where are we at? We haven't really talked about championship weekend.
What was
Yeah,
that?
that's definitely where we should start. I guess Ryan, you tell us the story because you took a lot of pictures there.
Oh man, championship weekend. So everyone who was there and I talked to, I kind of like told the story 100 times. But basically, it was a real coincidence of why I was there. I went home to Chicago where I'm from for my dad's 60th birthday party, and that was Saturday night. So then Friday, I was like, why don't I just drive up to Madison for Friday? So that's what I did Friday. And then I ended up driving back at like, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night because after the games, everyone, all the players wanted to go out. And I was like, I can't miss this. It was so much fun. Um, so yeah, got to Madison Friday, met Cam Brock in person, met Matthew Stevens in person, met both Charlie Hobbs and Anthony Nunez in person, got that great photo of all of them. Met Daniel Cohen again. Long story short, Daniel Cohen and I went to high school together. He's a little bit older than me though. What else? Who else did I meet? Oh, I finally met Adam Ruffner in person. Great guy. I totally understand his Twitter presence now. He just loves frisbee. He loves the ADL. Um, big big fan of those two. They are definitely the like hardest working people in the ADL. Just because like that whole championship weekend, they were constantly like editing photos and making posts and like everything you see on ADL social, it comes from those two. So big fans of those two. Um, got to before the games, all the players were throwing, and then they went back to their hotels, and nobody's on the field. And then one of the summit statistician guys and we just went on the field, and we were throwing hucks for like 30 minutes, literally like an hour before the summit game started. And I'm just gonna say this, my hucks were on. So are his. We were bombing it. And then enjoyed the Colorado game on the sideline. They're Summit.
You
They
enjoyed that game?
they did not have their best game, but I love spending time with those guys. I think now it's more like a friendship with most of those guys, which is cool. So, but really, really hoping to see them get back there next year. Hopefully a better showing. You never know. Their first season, like they made it to championship weekend. Like you got to be proud of something. Like they didn't accomplish their final goal, but they definitely did a lot more than I think a lot of people expected them to do. Um, and then yeah, and then watched the Empire game with the Summit guys, and then went out to get drinks with all the players, and had Marquez Brownlee take a picture of Alex Davis and and then I drove back to Chicago that night. It was a good time. Good time. Wish you guys were there. You guys would have had so much fun if you were there. Oh man,
I'm
next year,
I'm
AllStar
Mm.
Weekend.
seething with envy.
Yeah, we'll all have to go to AllStar Weekend.
We
Yeah.
should, we really should.
I do think we should try to put in motion something where we like
Have
go there. Like I feel like we could get hooked up with something.
have
You
they
know?
released an all-star roster or anything yet?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know how
wanna
that
know what-
works.
I like us.
I don't know what-
taking a break.
I want to know what percentage of them are already friends of the pod.
Probably most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have quite the all-star cast.
We do.
Our personal first team AUDL are all friends of the pod. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is,
Nice.
yeah. Speaking of friends of the pod, can we please talk about Povel's outfit?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, that was.
I wish I saw it in person. To be honest, I'm so mad. But
I don't think I've ever
Let me try to
been
find
more
a
in awe by someone.
picture of it. If anyone has a link, help me out.
Let me see. I mean, I liked a lot of tweets about it, so I can go through my likes.
if you
Yeah,
go
it
to
was-
Povel's Instagram or maybe his Twitter, maybe he retweeted it.
It was definitely unfair. What was it like? Turtleneck, chain, glasses, and then there was
The glasses, I think, were the best part.
I think what tied it all together for me was just that the attitude, you know,
Yeah.
like he just looked a little bit over it and a little bit pissed off and like ready to play some frisbee. And I was like, if that dude shows up, I'm getting out of his way, you know, like. I'm like,
Sam, I just sent a link.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Oh.
Povel.
Oh my god, look at this man.
I sent a link, Sam.
Dude,
Oh
those
boy.
glasses.
Yeah. Oh, the pocket square too.
I forgot about the pocket square. My
Oh,
gosh. How could I forget?
oh my god. I mean, I need glasses like this.
Someone needs to make a graphic where it's like Pavel Giannis, PhD.
What's going on with the screen share?
Sam, we only see like oh there we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh my-
Pavel. Pavel was
Damn.
so excited to get his shirt. When I gave it to him, it was like a kid like getting candy for the first time. It was so fun.
He was eating that shirt from my hand like a.
Also, everyone who got a shirt was like so excited. Like Pavel wore it, so I gave it to him Friday night. He wore it like during the entire Empire Flyers game. Gave it to Ryan Osgar. Apparently, Osgar was wearing it. I gave it to Osgar, and he was wearing it the morning of like Monday or whatever. Ben Yacht wearing it in warm-ups of the championship game. Like they're one of the best players who are wearing our shirt in warm-ups of the championship game. Oh, I can't even.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, shout out to our friends of the pod being cool as shit, wearing our shirts
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know like even what to say. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
We got anything we want to say about like the games in particular? Like I think I pick the Summit to win that game. Like I feel really dumb for that. And then I think I also picked Carolina to win it all because I was like I can't pick against Carolina and I was fucking wrong about that. So I feel like I was just super fucking wrong about everything.
So
I mean,
so
you
everything's right
were.
in the world then.
Yeah.
yeah, which is like it's back to normal, I guess. Like yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we should have seen it, or you guys saw it coming. Like New York just was clearly the best team. Like they were Empire tier.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody, at least me in particular, saw New York beating Carolina by 6. I think I called a very close game in my predictions, but I don't know. New York seemed like it was on a mission for the entire playoffs. I mean, the Breeze game was close, but I mean, New York at one point was up by 4 or 5.
Mhm.
They just look really good. They're so good.
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
kind of overwhelming with talent.
This is I remember I think I picked the widest margin in the Empire Breeze game, and I think this is a little bit what I was expecting, like them to just come out and look like even better than they did before.
I mean, but this has to confirm that the Breeze are the second best team.
No, Summit.
Nah, dude. Yeah, I think the Breeze gave the Empire, aside from Ottawa, the Breeze gave the Empire the best game all year. So
Breeze
I
probably
mean,
gave the Empire their 3 best games of the year.
yeah.
Ottawa's second best team in the league. What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
Hey,
Ottawa might be
I
the
don't know.
second best first half team in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the best. Who knows?
I think they're the best. Best first half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
What are we
looking
gonna
at,
do
Sam?
now that the AUDL's over? I mean,
I was looking at break opportunities that the Empire let up. They only let up 5 opportunities in each game. And then
Wow.
so 10 total on the weekend, and then they only gave up 3 breaks all in all. So
Holy shit. That's nuts.
you're not gonna lose a lot of games like that.
It's not gonna lose any games. I mean, every game that was happening, it was like, all right, like here we go, Carolina. If you can get like 3 breaks in a row, like you can get back in this game. And it's just like they gave up 3 breaks all fucking weekend. So
Yeah, they
it's
got
just never it was never possible for a team to beat them.
they got 15 breaks themselves, so they got more breaks than they let up break opportunities
Oh my
by
God.
by 5.
That
So,
is insane.
pretty dominant weekend.
Tell you when.
I mean,
Um,
what do we think this means for Chicago? Did they deserve to be there in the finals and they just had an off game? What do we think?
They did what they had to do.
Yeah, I don't think they had an off game. I think it's just like no one was gonna win a final against New York this year. Um, that would have been cool to see like a Chicago. They could have just like been like New York, you win. Let's have Chicago and Carolina play and see what happens. Because then we might have gotten like an interesting game at championship weekend. But
Oh, I would have loved like a second and third place game, or at least a third and fourth place game.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Like Chicago's, when we were going over the rosters with Quinn Finer, we were just talking about how
Mhm.
insane Chicago's roster is. So they definitely deserve to be there. And like, bummer it wasn't closer, but still a super impressive season from them.
It was a fun game, even though New York just kind of from the jump looked like they were gonna win. It was still a super fun game to watch.
yeah. Yeah, Joe, on your point, if there was like any team that, that wasn't there that I wish was there, it would be DC. But like every team basically had to go through, if you were gonna win it all, you had to beat New York. So it's not like I'm that upset that they weren't there because they had their shot in New York, and if they beat New York in that game, if Benyat doesn't come down with it, maybe they're champions. But you got to go through the best team if you want to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if they had done some kind of reseeding earlier in the playoffs, gotten some inner division games going before championship weekend. But I mean, yeah, what you said is true. You got to get through New York if you want to make it to championship weekend. If you're the Breeze, and like, if you can't beat New York there, what's the point? Getting to championship weekend is fun, but you're not going to win it all if you're not going to beat them at any point in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah. Talking about a take I had before championship weekend during our preview pod. I brought up The Last Dance because I was watching it and I was talking about how Empire is kind of like the Bulls pushing through that Detroit year in 1990. What's his name? I forgot his name. I'll have to look it up. But the athletic trainer for the Empire, after they won, he came up to me and he was like, "Listen to your pod. Loved your take about The Last Dance. I really think it's true. This Empire team, ooh, they're here to stay." And I was like, "You listen to the pod?" That's all I heard when he was talking about it. And then
I
I
got
heard
his phone number. His name is Ryan.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
okay.
isn't his name Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so
yeah.
stupid.
I got his phone number for a potential interview during the off season.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah,
Sweet.
he was so nice.
Yeah, super chill dude.
How many teams have an athletic trainer? Like, is it just the Empire?
I would guess most.
I get
Really?
maybe.
Yeah, I feel like
I
they
would-
would have to,
I would
right?
hope.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just an idiot, which is also true.
That's possible.
I mean,
Don't
I mean,
agree.
Empire Ryan is the only one I've met and can confirm and can tell you what their name is. So I guess I have no idea, but I would assume more.
If you're an
they're
AUDL
trying to-
athletic trainer out there, leave a comment on YouTube.
Yeah,
or
let us know.
Send us a DM on Twitter.
Yeah,
Let us know that you
an
exist.
we'll do an
we'll rank
athletic
you
trainers
guys.
tier list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that idea.
We should do. There's
Yeah.
plenty of tier lists we got backed up that we need
We
to
could
do.
use stats on like who got injured and who came back the quickest.
Hmm.
Damn.
Listeners, if you got a good idea for a tier list, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your suggestions. We have some that we floated around that I think would be fun.
Mhm.
And also we had our bracket challenge, right? Do we
Yes.
have we
Yes.
have winners for that, don't we? We don't have to
Yeah.
announce it like right now if
We
we're not
have
feeling it,
multiple
but
winners.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait. Also,
Okay.
because we gotta source more funding so that because we got 3 winners, so we have to give them all 690. So we gotta work on that.
Breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Oh man, we didn't see that coming.
I guess we can say that one of them was Joe who tied.
Let's go, Joe.
So we had plenty of perfect brackets actually, but with the tiebreaker, Joe and I believe 2 other people were closest at being like 5 points off in total. I was tragically 6 points off. So
Damn.
You should have said 16 to 19 to be funny, man.
yeah, I know. Well, we were talking during the game, and at halftime, my score was basically on pace. It was like 1 off from being exactly on pace, but then it was a blowout. So
Yeah.
the game didn't continue the way it was going. But anyway, I have my play of the championship weekend, which I finally got to see yesterday because I finally watched the semis yesterday. Because again, I was on vacation.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I'm allowed to show it, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, and then we'll see
think
what
that's fine.
happens.
Yeah.
We don't make money.
We don't. We lose money. We have to pay $6.90 to our winners.
I gotta adjust this again. But I'm curious if anyone has a different play of the weekend because this was kind of the play that like changed the
I
game.
know exactly what this play is.
So it was off a
I
stoppage.
wonder what John Randolph's gonna do here.
Yeah. So Carolina has a chance to make it a 1-point game heading into the second quarter. And then Randolph gets the hand block.
Marquez
and then
is
it's just
all in
like,
the backfield.
yeah, look at Marquez off the screen to the left. Meanwhile, Benyat skying everyone.
That's the play where I had a buddy over.
Oh, there's Ryan.
Which Ryan?
The athletic trainer. He was right
Oh,
there.
nice. Shout out. Yeah, I had a buddy over who like had never seen frisbee before, and that was the play that he like lost his fucking mind. He was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
well, what he
That was
said
a crazy
was
play.
I was like, I thought it'd be funny if I like filmed him, just like his reactions, and like I just put my phone camera on him after that because it was hilarious. But some of the things he was saying, I was like, I'm not sure if I can tweet this out, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
I could separately send it to you guys, but yeah, that was the play that like got him the most hyped. It was after Yacht skied him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, me too. That was like, I don't know. That kind of ended the game a little bit.
Yeah.
It just made it like instead of trading like a few break chances here and there, it was just like wide open, 5-2.
Yeah. It's kind of weird seeing like Carolina teams go down like that, you know? It's just
Yeah.
I'm not used to that. And they're the and like we haven't said that much all year, but that was the defending champs right there, you know, just kind of getting stomped.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Tough.
New York was out for blood, and I think it's just good. Like, I don't think it's any knock on Carolina at all. I think that team is like insanely good. Them and Ring, we talk about club, but New York's just that good. It's nuts, and bringing John Randolph, they didn't even need him. I think they would have won the championship without John Randolph, and they have John Randolph like just churning his meat pistons and getting blocks, and yeah.
I will say one of my favorite of championship weekend was Kaminsky roofing 2 Summit players, one of which I think was AG, and then he did the little too short as
he
he
was freaking
sprinted out of
after
there
that.
looking. Yeah, oh my god. Just 2 dudes there, and I mean, that play, that was sick. Also a future friend of the pod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
That's
got to
right.
schedule that. That's a scheduling issue.
Yeah.
Got a lot of those.
That's gonna be a fun episode though. Getting those 2 on. I don't want to spoil the other one. The other one's is a very fun guest.
So something I want to talk about is how do we think each team that made championship weekend will do next year? Give a little way too early preview of futures of these teams.
I'm worried about the
I like
Empire.
You worried about the Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're losing everybody.
I'm worried that they're just gonna win every game next year again.
They probably will.
Yeah, we'll see if they can add a few more superstars to really round out the roster. But
Yeah, that's definitely what they need.
Yeah, they need a Sam Butler on roster next year.
They do,
dude,
Charlie
the
Hops, if
missing
you're
piece.
listening.
I think the Empire will be fine. I think like are the players in the Summit still sticking around? Like, are they bought in? Is Nethercut still staying? Like, is the roster gonna look the same next year? Or
I mean, Denver's pretty popping in general for
Yeah.
ultimate.
Yeah, Bravo is playing well, but that's a next part of the pod.
Yeah,
I
don't
know
what that is.
I know Daniel Brunker is going to be in college, so he will be gone. I don't have word on Nethercut. If
He
I
was a-
had to, if I had to
Sorry.
guess, I'd say he stay just because I don't think he's planning on leaving Colorado, and like I don't know, hanging out with him post game and stuff, like his whole attitude towards the ADL is just like he's having a blast, man. Like this guy is out there throwing dime hucks and just loving frisbee, and like he seems like he loves his teammates and he really wants his team to win. So I think he'd stay, but who knows?
does he have like a
Mhm.
contract for like, was it just 1 year? Like
I
remember
think it was just a 1 year,
yeah.
but
So
I don't know if that means he's gonna leave. But I do think it was just a 1 year.
Yeah.
I think if there was one team that like he really put them over the edge for, I think it's still Colorado. Like I really hope he goes back for just
Yeah.
the sake of the league. Like I think he does a lot for that team.
Mhm.
I mean, you know what? Maybe they'd be sick without him, and like someone else kind of steps into that role, and like they probably do. They probably could still be the best team in the West, even without him. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I like seeing him on the Summit. It was fun to watch them out there this year. So, that'd be cool. Maybe that's more like off season pod, like, where's Nethercut gonna land?
Mhm.
It could be kind of fun. But yeah, go ahead,
Hey,
Sam.
but
Speaking of these teams and where people are going to land,
well, I was gonna bring it up too.
I have pulled up our insider information.
Oh.
From a certain LA Frisbee source, which I mean, basically it just says what we already knew. But Povel's moving to LA, so you got to wonder. Well, that could affect both of those teams actually, because Chicago may be without him next year, depending on how that works out, and then
And the
could shake up
Aviators
the
might
West.
be. Aviators might be plus Pavel Giannis. You got to think that puts them at least in playoff contention. I mean, they weren't even a bad team this year. They were fine. They were very close to winning some more games. They were very close to losing every game. But with Ever Shapiro back from injury, adding potentially Povel Giannis, that's a scary team out there.
That connection, the Giannis Shapiro connection, I don't see a better connection in the AUDL right now. So that would be amazing.
So Povel and Lotto together working the O line. I mean, that's
Yeah,
but isn't he still under contract with the union?
Yeah, he's got another year of under his contract. So I don't know how strict that is, or if they'll be like nice to him.
Maybe there's a clause in it, like if I move to LA, I don't have to fly to Chicago every weekend.
I feel like every AUDL contract should be like, if my real job takes me elsewhere, I get to leave this.
Maybe he'll get traded for cash considerations.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I had to guess, I bet he would just like get flown like in and out to games. I know people like for double wide or Roughnecks back in the day used to do that, like out of towners like flying for the games.
I'm interested to see if he keeps playing Machine, because there's definitely players on Machine who don't live in Chicago.
Like friend of the pod.
I bet he would. I feel like people have that loyalty to their club team, but don't want to make that sort of travel commitment for AUDL.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like those club like the AUDL team, if you're like, I'm going to play on this team, you're signing up for playing games in that same city for a certain number of times and potentially traveling to other cities, obviously. But for like a club team, it's like, okay, I'm going to go to Minnesota for a tournament, and then I'm going to go to North Carolina, and then I'm going to go to, you're just traveling for
everyone travels. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's enough club talk for our AUDL podcast. I guess we have a few minutes, so let's talk about what the fans can expect from us this offseason, if we know, because I don't know if that we know. But I think loosely the plan is just to keep recording episodes and keep having guests and basically just come up with things to talk about. We'll probably branch into the club season a little bit, which hints at our next episode, and then we might branch into the college season, or we might just have AUDL guys on and do stupid shit. So
I mean, from my count, we still have 5 interviews that are at least like partially planned or agreed upon, or we're connected with them and they seem interested in the pod. So I feel like you can definitely expect some good interviews from us. And maybe we'll get some interesting questions when we can't say, how do you feel about your matchup coming up?
Yeah. We've definitely got some people that are not AUDL players, but have a role in the AUDL.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on. That's actually 6. We got 6.
Yeah. I don't know which name you're writing down now, but there's 2 specifically that are going to be.
Oh my God. Maybe there's 7.
Well, there's one that there's 2 people we haven't reached out to, but sources have told us that they're interested.
Okay. I think I only have one of them on my list.
Okay.
Let's just say it's 7.
Okay. Sounds good. But yeah, I think we're just gonna have fun with it. We've been getting good feedback from people listening, just saying like, you guys are doing great. Just keep having fun, and that's why we're doing this. We're not making money. We're just having fun. So
yeah. I think it would be super sick if we got like a 2v2 mini, like
that'd be a lot of fun.
Game filmed. Flew Cam Brock in.
That would be sick.
He flew himself somewhere.
AllStar Weekend.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. We can be
We've
the
got some
halftime
other-
show, like when they have like little kids play.
Just have us and Cam Brock in the end zone. Can I have Cam Brock?
We should just go full field. If you want to.
Full field.
Yeah.
I feel like that would just be whoever's like Joe. If you're still Cam Brock's teammate at that point, it'd just be you hucking at Tim and him fucking roofing whoever
Yeah.
is trying to guard.
No, nobody's even going to be close enough to be roofed. We're just going to be
Yeah.
so out of breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got some other fun video ideas coming out. We'll definitely do some AUDL tier lists. Maybe we'll get Nunez and Hopez back on the pod. Talk some pop culture with them. Talk some Muppets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we could have gone on that tangent for a lot longer than we did.
Yeah, that episode could have been like 3 hours.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
For sure.
Cool.
All right.
All
all
right.
right. Thanks for watching.
I'm open.
Subscriber.
I'm
Subscriber.
open. So yeah, subscribe to
us.
this pod.
And
Subscriber.
thank you for listening to us for this whole season. It's been really fun. It's been really fun doing this pod.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
All right. And then now it's time to not record another episode. We're gonna go about our days, and then at a later time we'll
come back.
We'll come back and record an episode. Not right now. Not
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
The two people I was talking about are